You're one of the top financial advisors. So what do you tell people?
So first, Scott, I'd say thank you and your team. Great job, best job, most responsible job in getting the news out there, both good and bad. So I commend everybody on the team. First, I think people have to understand what is happening. This is a fear-based run on the economy, causing market stress, business stress, and personal stress. Everybody's deleveraging to alleviate these stresses. Companies, people, raising cash to get by, and it's created a negative feedback loop in the market structure and other strategies, by the way. There's been a lot of talk about the breakage in risk parity. It's a marriage of self-preservation across a number of fronts with about the fear of the unknown and the fear of the worst outcomes. Scott, it's like a storm that's brewing offshore, one that we know is going to hit and one that we know will do damage. And we come together as Americans, we brace for the impact, we help the affected, and move forward with a thoughtful response. From my view, this has been all hands on deck in this initial phase. At some point, we have to pivot to phase two, maybe move to a more targeted quarantine, a serious business to saving our economy.
I understand, but I mean, look, I don't want to talk about more policy in Washington, Rob. I want to talk about what you would be advising your vast and respectable client base. I mean, I know who some of your clients are. What are you telling them?
I'm telling them that this is an infrastructure issue, and eventually the news, it's a health issue, but it's really an infrastructure issue that we are addressing, and we are going to reach a point, and I think we're close, where the news flow is going to turn positive. And remember, the market is a forward discounting mechanism. It will identify fundamental improvement the moment it's supposed to. And there are fundamental improvements across monetary policy, fiscal policy, and health policy. And my advice is, do you believe that this is transitory? The answer is mostly yes. Do you like what you own and have the ability to sustain your current positioning? The answer to most of that is yes. Do you feel this is an opportunity, implying that you believe the collective health, monetary, and fiscal response will ultimately be effective? The answer is yes. And then finally, do you need to re-risk to meet your long-term objectives? This is not a broad statement. This is client by client, very surgically going through and helping them identify what are the moves to make today, and we see long-term value in risk assets. I will tell you, one thing that I think clients would kick themselves equally for is looking in 2 years and saying, I sold at this time, when we see the value we see and we know that this is transitory. How bad the storm's going to be, we don't know, Scott. We just don't know. But we do know that we are going to get through it. Just like Jim said, there's been so many things that we get through, and we really need to pivot to the economic aspect of this because, you know, we are myopically addressing the health side. And I think we need to broaden out a little bit because there's a lot of businesses that are really, really hurting. They're my clients, and they need clarity.
We understand.
They need precision on policy.
Understood. Where do you guys want to go now?